What's going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA, talking LeBron James. Could he leave Cleveland again? It looks like the rumors are starting to pop up, and the latest one right here that I'm talking about comes from Chris Sheridan of Sheridan Hoops, who basically tweeted that a source close to him is saying that LeBron James is 100% guaranteed to leave Cleveland after this season. He has already made up his mind, and apparently his relationship with the ownership is beyond repair, and that is that, okay? So first question you guys probably have is, why the hell should we believe Chris Sheridan, okay? Well, here's the thing. Chris Sheridan used to work for ESPN. He is a well-known reporter. He's been in the industry for a while. This is not Adrian Wojnarowski, who is, of course, the crop of the crop. But Chris Sheridan did break the story of LeBron leaving Cleveland the first time for Miami and then coming back. So he has gone out on a limb before and been right, okay? And I doubted him before. Not so sure I want to doubt him now. So I'm not going to just dismiss this as, oh, these are going to come up and these are just, false rumors out there. I do think there's some validity to this rumor that Chris Sheridan is hearing, and I have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he predicted the last 2 times what happened with LeBron James. Now, guys like Chris Broussard have come out and said that their sources close to LeBron are denying these reports, and they're saying LeBron hasn't made any decision yet. Yeah, that makes sense. Why would LeBron want to disclose any decision that he has made? So I kind of get both sides of it, but I'm giving Chris Sheridan the benefit of the doubt because he has been right about this before. So with that being said, let's dive deeper into this issue and really talk about why this is a possibility for LeBron James to leave the Cavaliers. So, of course, what Chris Sheridan is citing is the relationship with the ownership is beyond repair, and LeBron James is just flat out done, okay? And that makes sense. That makes total sense. Listen, Dan Gilbert messed up, and he messed up big time. He messed up the first time when he wrote that letter to LeBron James, and it looks like he messed up again because the dumbest thing he did in this free agency, in this offseason period, was when he decided to all of a sudden be cheap and fire David Griffin, okay? He wasn't being cheap before. He was willing to pay the luxury tax. He was willing to do all that, go into deep luxury tax territory, go deep into his pockets to keep a contending team together. And now you want to be cheap for a GM? And not only that, after you fire David Griffin, you try and go after Chauncey Billups, and then you lowball him as well, okay? So that's a double whammy right there. And just from that, I feel like that was the beginning of the end for the Cleveland Cavaliers in a tumultuous offseason in which they were considered a circus, okay? Then you had the whole Kyrie Irving requesting a trade. Now, I don't think that had to do with David Griffin. That may have played a slight part in it, but I don't think that was the reason. I think Kyrie had already made up his mind, but that certainly doesn't help. So you have the Kyrie situation in which LeBron was totally the culprit, okay? They completely blamed LeBron and saying, because Kyrie does not want to play with LeBron James, so you have that there. And then you take into account the fact that they were not able to improve the roster over the offseason, and how do you expect to compete with the Golden State Warriors when you did not make any changes to the roster? It's not any significant changes, at least, and it's tough to see why LeBron James would be happy with the situation. So I get all of that, and I get why LeBron James would be unhappy with ownership. Now, in terms of it being beyond repair, I have a feeling, and this is just a hunch, this is just me, Dan Gilbert is a Trump supporter, okay? Now, I don't like to get into politics. I like to keep sports and politics separate. I'm not big into that, but LeBron James has been adamant about his support for Donald Trump, for his disdain of Donald Trump. He's against Donald Trump. He's not a fan of Donald Trump. And Dan Gilbert actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, contributed about $750K to his inauguration. So he is a Trump supporter. So could that play a little part into his disdain for Dan Gilbert? Not that he already didn't like Dan Gilbert, but that kind of pushes him over the edge. Who knows? But think about it like this. Could Donald Trump be the reason LeBron James leaves Cleveland? That's interesting to think about, but I'm just saying that's another layer in the story. But with that being said, I completely understand why LeBron James would be unhappy with management. They have messed up big time. Dan Gilbert has been an absolute clown this offseason, and if LeBron James ends up leaving, he has no one to blame but himself for the way he has handled all of these situations. Now, with that being said, if LeBron James does decide to leave, where the hell does he go? And that's really the question here. Where the hell will LeBron James go? Now, I know Laker fans, I hear you guys. LA, everyone's going to say LA, especially the Laker fans. And they have cap space for not just LeBron, but another guy. So could you get Paul George? Could you get Westbrook? Could you get LeBron with PG, LeBron with Westbrook? Who knows? Laker fans love to dream, and it could happen. I'm not going to deny it. Like I said, I'm leaving some optimism here in terms of before I was a staunchly against LeBron leaving. But now with the report and Chris Sheridan, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now with LA, the problem is, and I've always maintained this stance, I don't think LeBron James wants to play in the shadows of Kobe, Shaq, and that Lakers organization. I just don't think LeBron wants to do that. I don't think he's that type of a player. So that's my reason for why I don't think he will go to the Lakers, okay? Now it could still happen, but that's what I think, okay? Then you have the thought of banana boat. The Clippers are intriguing. Could Chris Paul opt out after this season? Now he's on the Rockets, of course, but could he still opt out and join LeBron somewhere else? Dwayne Wade's going to opt out with the Bulls. Then you have Carmelo Anthony, who's requesting a trade from the Knicks. So banana boat is possible, but where they end up is the question, okay? Could it be New York? Could it be LA? That could be either the Lakers or the Clippers, okay? Then you got teams like San Antonio. I just don't think LeBron is a Spurs type player. And I just have a hard time envisioning that. Then you look at other teams. Could he join CP3 in Houston? Maybe, but I think that's Melo's destination. So it's just really hard for me to see where LeBron James goes if he leaves Cleveland and that situation is better than Cleveland in terms of talent. Okay, now of course they still have to trade Kyrie Irving, but if they get a good return for Kyrie Irving, could that maybe still keep Cleveland atop the Eastern Conference? Now, that's the problem with Cleveland, is they have not gotten better in the offseason, and now if they trade Kyrie Irving, there's a chance that they probably won't win the East. The Celtics might win the East. So ultimately, what do I think happens, right? That's the main question. Does LeBron James leave Cleveland? Does he not? Okay, this is what I believe is going to happen. LeBron James is obviously going to play out this season, and I believe either one of two things happens, okay? The Cleveland Cavaliers end up trading Kyrie Irving before the season starts, okay? And they get something back. I talked about this before with like it could be like an Eric Bledsoe and Josh Jackson package, something like that, okay? And they flame out before even getting to the finals. Somehow the Celtics get to the finals, somehow another team. LeBron's gone at that point, okay? He is gone. I think he leaves. They get to the finals, and they are more competitive than they were this previous season. Somehow, I'm just saying, if there is a way for them to be more competitive, or, of course, if they win, LeBron's not leaving. But I believe if they stay competitive, I think LeBron stays. I don't think he leaves Cleveland. But if they flame out a little before that, don't even get to the finals, I think LeBron is out of here. As far as where he goes, like I said, destinations probably LA, New York, Houston. And when I say LA, it could be Lakers or Clippers. Something along those three teams is really where I see it, though I can't put my finger on a particular one. That's just what I think, folks. Let me know what you guys think. Where will LeBron James go? Will he leave Cleveland? Do you guys buy into this rumor? If you do, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe, and please follow me on Twitter. Link down below for that, Instagram as well. Thanks for watching.